Right guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought I was going to be in a heap of trouble with the missus over this one because it's a pretty big project. We bought a motorhome. We bought a mini Winnebago. We'll give you a look inside in just a second. Semi-restoration job. This thing is in a million pieces. Starts, runs and drives. It had a water leak on the interior, hence the sale price. We got it for 1,800 quid. It's already gutted, had a load of rotten timber in it. The guys cut it all out and pulled it apart 10 years ago, never put it back together. So let's go and have a look at this thing and see what you think. Guys, so here she is, 1999 mini Winnebago. It's an E350. It has a V10 petrol Triton motor in it, runs and drives. As you can see by the exterior, she needs a lot of work. This whole back panel here is rotten out. It's all been delaminated. The back panel is actually gone inside. The guys cut it out, still repair, and never put it back together. I mean, the truck, in all fairness, is in really good nick. Well, for what it is. It mightn't look like it, but it's all there. The exterior is pretty good, to be fair. It's got diesel Jenny in it, got all the usual, you know, motorhome hookups and accessories and whatnot. Just needs a bucket load of work. This panel up here was completely rotten as well. You can see up here, he's put this board up here just to transport the truck because it was wobbling from side to side. So you can see up here, there's the old piece of timber he's cut out. He's had a multi-tool in there or something. Pulled all this out, cut it out. Did a pretty hack job, to be honest. And as you can see, he's obviously pulled all the trims off the side to get to the rot. So there's nothing in here, as you can see. See down there, it's got some rotten timber in it. But the inside, full of junk. 73,000 kilometres on it. But the truck runs and drives. Pulled into a million pieces. So let's take a walk in the back and have a look at what we're dealing with. Here's the mess. Let's have a look at what we're dealing with. So as you can see, there was obviously a pretty horrible water leak. Who knows where it was coming in or where it started, but he's basically, again, multi-tooled this whole back panel out. You can see down here, you can see the ground. So that whole back panel, there's still some bits and pieces left down here. He's cut all that out to try and repair it. And that's as far as he's got. Used to be a shower in here somewhere. Toilet down here. And I think this side was, I don't know, I think it was a cupboard or some sort of wardrobe or something, but floor's amazing. Floor's in really good nick. It's got a little fridge freezer here. Runs on LPG as well. Looks pretty grubby in there. The missus thinks we should bin this and get another one, but the fact that it runs on LPG, I like it. There's the fridge. But all the cabinetry is quite good. So here we are with the cabinets. Old door kicking about. So that's what we're dealing with. Everything was removed. I've binned half the stuff because I really don't think we're going to use anything. So the idea is to just replace the timber at the back of the truck, replace the timber at the front of the truck, fix all the leaks, and then just start with a blank canvas and have an open plan room. Obviously we've got 2 young kids, so we're going to try and put some sort of, bunk beds just in here. There used to be a rock and roll bed there of some description that doubled up as a couch. Not too sure what we're going to do with that just yet. The roof, the walls, all the rest of it is in fairly good nick. Massive bed space up there, massive out there. This used to be, 2 pieces of ply, so that's a 2-inch ply. I've cut all that out, it was obviously rotten. But I love the way they build these things. Pretty nuts. I mean, here's the cab. This is what they do. They just literally get a grinder, cut the roof and the back of the cab out, put a little stick-on rubber seal there, and screw this plank of timber straight to the top. So no wonder these things get water leaks. I've got a friend of mine, Luke, who is going to come in. He's a carpenter. He's incredible at what he does. He is going to make up all new GRP boards, like a fiberglass board for the top here. He's going to seal all the corners and everything in, trim it all out for me, which is nice. He's going to replace all these boards down here because, again, you can see the light of day through there. So that was obviously the original timber. You can see there it started to expand. It's full of water. The other side is pretty much the same. So he's going to fit all this out for us. Windows are all in good shape. Seatbelts in the back for the kids, which is nice. Got a load on my plate already with all the other cars we're building, but we're literally going to try and knock this thing out in the next 6 weeks so we can kind of catch the end of summer with the kids and take them on a few holidays, take them down the beach, have a bit of family time instead of working. So I really don't know if I've bitten off more than I can chew, but I can't see it being a massive project. Let's fire her up and I'll show you what she's got. what I plan to do, if you look here, if you take this little strip out here, it's just self-tappers in there, which just bites straight into the timber. So obviously this piece of fiberglass sheeting was laminated to the plywood. So what we're going to try and do is, because this is all cracked and it's probably swollen, so it's not going to sit flat again, it's probably stretched. What we're going to do is we're going to get 2 big GRP boards, take all this off, and then try and put a GRP board down the back. So this laminate here, up the top there, just over that crest is the join. So I'm going to try and drill all those rivets out, take these side pieces off both sides, and see if I can remove that whole rear section in one go. And then all Luke's got to come in and do is resheet that whole back end, and then we don't have to laminate it again. So that's the plan. I don't know if it's going to go according to plan. Things never usually do, but we're going to put a bigger rear window in, seeing as we've got to cut that one out anyway. And we're going to do the same with the front. We're going to take all the stuff out the front. We do have the panel from underneath, which was obviously a fiberglass panel as well, but I kind of figure if we can get 2 sheets of GRP, which is like a resin based board or a resin exterior board, we don't have to try and fit all this again. As you can see here and here, this is all swollen. So I'm not sure how that's going to go if we try and re-glue that and re-clamp that down. It might be a bit of fettling with that, might be a bit of modifying that, we'll see. But the rest of the truck's straight down the sides. And if we have to, I've got a friend of mine that's just done all the livery on our little beach buggy here. He's just done all this. This is all printed. He's amazing at what he does. Incredible at artwork and vinyl wrapping. And he actually has a motorhome himself. So he's wrapped his, and his is twice the side, and it looks killer. So he said to me, I'll wrap this thing for you, no problems at all. So right, so here we are. Let's commence day 1 of the build. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this piece of laminate off the back of the truck and see what's lurking underneath. Hopefully we can find something to screw into to bond this GRP board to. There's not a lot of timber in the back of these things. They're very poorly made. We just hope there's some sort of framework we can really bond this board to. Right, so now we've got the back panel torn apart. Let's jump inside the truck and see what surprises we find up the front. Scary. That's the old. With the new though. Job well done, boys. Would you believe that's it? We've used some sort of angle grinder or something just to cut that roof out from factory. Piece of ply straight over the top, and that's the only thing sealing it from the weather. Stick on rubber seal, previous repairs. No wonder these things rot. Look at this, honestly. And that's it. Massive hole. At least though, there is an aluminium frame here, so we've got something to wear, something to drill and screw to, which is nice. But look at that. You know, that's not even joined up the top there. It just sits there, and the plywood doesn't go all the way up there. The plywood basically goes to the start of that roll. Absolute madness. Here we go though. Let's cut some timber. So what we need to do here, the front section is what, 25-30 by 13-50, and obviously these sheets only come in 24 by 12, so we are going to join. We need to make up 2 inches, 1 inch for the bottom, 1 inch for the top. This is our template and the original piece of laminate. So Luke's going to draw some lines up. We're going to jigsaw puzzle these 2 pieces of boards together to make the size that we need. We're going to glue and screw these boards together, draw around this template, cut it out, and throw the bottom piece in. But I think we're going to try and clean this and reuse this and try and get it glued back down. So now we have our 25 by 13.50 from 24 by 12. Nice and thick. Luke's done a killer job. Look at those joins, man. Those measurements. And then we're going to flip it over and do one on that side. So, funny story, we weren't even looking for a motorhome. I haven't ever really wanted one, but obviously this thing came along at the right price, and I thought, well, you know, we could probably just flip this, you know, repair it, flip it, make some money. But now the kids are involved, the missus loves it, and I've secretly fallen in love with this project. So we're going to try and make this really, really nice inside. We've got Luke on board, who's just an incredible guy that can make anything. He does CAD designing and CNC. So I built a custom trailer probably 2 or 3 years ago
Took us about 2 years to build it, and Luke was the chippy on the job. He did an incredible job on this trailer. Everything was custom inside, so hence the reason I've got him on board this job. He's going to make everything for us on the ground level of the interior. So he's going to do all the cabinetry, the kitchen, the couches, the beds. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he comes up with. I'm sure it's going to be, you know, it's going to blow my mind.
You know what? Dining table. Absolutely. Waste not, want not. The moments of truth. I'm going to put that big board there in this horrible hole here. So there's some alley box section here, which is nice. So Luke's drilled through the top and the bottom of that. I've got some tiger seal, which is a really hard Celastic. You can see dripping off the corners. Got a couple of wedges in it under here, and then we'll Celastic and seal up this as well. So, right, let's have a crack. Right, now we just need to knock those seals down. We're almost in. This side is going to slide back to here. This side's been a little bugger. I'm just going to take a little bit of this board just here.
So obviously, being in England, we have camped for the last few years, and the kids absolutely hate it. Even though it's midsummer, you know, it can be torrential rain. So I'd like to try and surprise the kids and the missus with this and have the interior really nice.
Right, so Luke's just putting some screws in the outside to pull that up. I've sealed all under here and all the way under here. Tiger seal all the way under here. Luke's going to put some screws in this side, and then once we do that, put some screws down through the top here, and the front's almost secure again. This had 2-inch ply in it. This had another board over the top of this. As you can see with the old witness marks here, it came up to here. So we're going to cut another piece of timber now, and we're going to put it over the top, because I think we've got 18mm ply here and 12mm, so we've got 30mm. They're rough as guts though, because the only thing, I mean, this is factory. Huh? So they're obviously just relying on this main structural support there across the front of the cab, but the back one's gone, look. So I'd imagine that's why they've put 2-inch ply in it. You can see, Luke's gone straight through there, straight into that 40mm box section. Now, obviously, most people are gonna go, this is gonna rot. You need to put some sealant on there. So what we're gonna do, instead of trying to glue that, you know, this old compound back onto, obviously this will lap over to about here, but here and here, we're gonna paint this with some exterior enamel paint. There is a join there, so I'll seal all that up with Tiger Seal, but once that all goes back together, look at that, man, it's mint. Little life hack here for you, Luke. New paintbrush, cut the bristles down. Dude. Nice and...
So the idea for the interior is to make this really comfy and cozy and, you know, a really nice place to be. Right, so now we've got all the front sorted out. We're going to jump back onto the rear of the truck, cut this enormous GRP board into the correct shape and try and get this thing fitted today. So considering this GRP board was at 8 by 11 feet, this cost me 500 quid for this board. There was quite a few little bits and pieces left over, so we decided to make some templates and cover the rear of the cab up. So we were very lucky underneath all this rotten muck that the exterior had a box section alley frame. Very happy with that. You know, we could really bite into that frame and secure this backboard in place.
Not bad for a couple of amateurs. So I've obviously put some sealer underneath here, drilled straight through into the aluminium frame, and we're biting into the alley, which is nice. Not a bad fit, man, check that out. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. You're late. It's the end of the video. Hope you watched it from start to finish. It's going to be a good one. Please like, share and subscribe, guys, if you want to see this camper build. Hopefully we can turn this around in about 6 weeks and hit the road with the kids and the missus and have some good memories. Catch you on the next one.